You ever tell yourself, all right, I'll start investing when I have real money? Like when you're making more, when things are stable, when you can finally put away something meaningful. And then months go by, sometimes years, and nothing actually changes. Meanwhile, you see people online talking about investing thousands of dollars. And you're thinking, cool, must be nice. I can barely spare $100. Here's the part that most people completely miss. That $100 you're ignoring, it might be the difference between staying broke and quietly building real wealth. My name is Wesley, and I spend way too much time thinking about how small financial habits compound into life-changing outcomes. If you're someone who wants to invest but feels like you don't have enough money to make it matter, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down what actually happens if you invest just $100 every month and why most people completely underestimate it. Here's the thing. Most people think investing only works if you start big. Like, if you're not putting in $1,000 a month, it's not even worth it. But that assumption, it's quietly costing people decades of growth. According to Vanguard, the average long-term return of the stock market is about 7% to 10% annually after inflation. Now, that doesn't sound crazy, but the magic isn't the percentage, it's the time. Let's say you invest $100 every single month. That's $1,200 a year. After 10 years, you've invested $12,000. Not life-changing, right? But with an 8% average return, you're sitting at roughly $18,000. Okay. Decent. But this is where it gets really interesting. After 20 years, you've invested $24,000, but your portfolio is now around $59,000, more than double what you put in. Now, stretch that to 30 years. You've invested $36,000 total, but you end up with roughly $150,000. Let that sink in. You didn't invest a lot. You just didn't stop. The real power of investing $100 a month isn't the money, it's the behavior. Because when you start small,
something shifts psychologically. You stop seeing investing as something other people do. You start seeing yourself as someone who invests, and identity drives consistency. Now, you might be thinking, Wesley, if it's that simple, why doesn't everyone just do this? Good question. It comes down to one word: immediacy. Behavioral economists call it present bias. We naturally prioritize what feels good now over what benefits us later. So $100 today feels like food delivery, a night out, upgrading something small, but your brain doesn't feel the future value of that same $100 becoming $150,000. It's invisible, and humans are terrible at prioritizing invisible rewards. This is where it gets really interesting. When you invest $100 consistently, you're not just building money, you're building momentum, and momentum compounds faster than income because eventually, two things happen. One, your income increases. Two, your investment habit is already locked in. So that $100 becomes $300, then $500, then $1,000. But now you're not starting from zero. You've already built the system. Think of it like going to the gym. Your first few workouts, you don't see much change. It feels pointless. But if you stick with it for a year, now people notice. Same with investing. The first $10,000 feels slow, but after that, the growth starts doing some of the work for you. So let's make this practical. Step one, automate your $100. Don't rely on willpower. Set up an automatic transfer into an investment account the day you get paid. Step two, use simple investments. You don't need to pick stocks. A low-cost index fund like the S&P 500 is enough to get started. Step three, ignore the noise. Markets go up and down. That's normal. Consistency matters more than timing.
Step 4. Increase slowly. Every time your income goes up, increase your contributions slightly. Even an extra $25 makes a difference long term. Now, you might be thinking, but $100 still feels too small to matter. Look, that's exactly why it works. Because it's small enough to be consistent. And consistency beats intensity every time in finance. Here's what I want you to understand. Investing isn't about hitting home runs. It's about showing up over and over again when it feels like nothing is happening. Because eventually, something is. And when it does, it doesn't look gradual. It looks like a breakthrough. Look, most people will wait. They'll wait until they earn more, until life calms down, until it feels like the right time. And by the time they start, they've lost the one thing they can't get back: time. If you start with $100 today, you're not behind. You're ahead of everyone who's still waiting. So start small, start simple, but start now. If this video helped you see investing differently, subscribe to the channel. I post weekly videos breaking down wealth building, investing psychology, and strategies that actually work in real life. And comment below, would you commit to investing $100 a month starting today? Because the version of you with $150,000 in the future started with a decision that felt almost too small to matter.